The trial of the three accused in the February 2020 theft at President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala Phala farm. It will start at the Modimolle Regional Court in Limpopo. That's happening tomorrow. The accused, Immanuela David, siblings Floriana and Ndilinasho Joseph, allegedly broke into Ramaphosa's farm and stole over $580,000 that had been hidden in a sofa. The theft made headlines in June of 2022 when former State Security Agency boss Arthur Fraser laid a charge against Ramaphosa, accusing him of attempting to cover up the crime. And so perhaps as we look at what we can expect now, we're going to bring in our reporter, Pimani Baloyi. Pimani, good afternoon. We're obviously looking at how things stand. And as a start, perhaps you could just tell us what we know about the burglary to date. What have we heard in court? Any links to Arthur Fraser's affidavit as well? Unpack that for us.
Good afternoon, Lisa, and good afternoon to our viewers. Yes, tomorrow is expected to be day one of the trial of the three accused in that break-in and theft at President Cyril Ramaphosa's farm in Bela-Bela, the Phala Phala farm. We expect this trial, what we've been told during the pre-trial hearing is that it's been set for 3 weeks, depending on whether witnesses take longer or shorter to testify and also to be cross-examined. And we know that the state says they've lined up about 23 witnesses. Lizelle, what we do know is that on the 9th of February 2020, a group of armed people broke into that farm and stole money. What we don't know, it's not clear how many they were, but the investigating officer, when he was testifying to oppose bail for the accused, he stated that he named another national, a Namibian national, who is linked to accused number one, Immanuela David, that he says they worked together. There's other criminal syndicates that they allegedly are involved in. And he also stated that the money laundering charge relates to him. So, Lizelle, what we've heard that links to what Arthur Fraser said at the time when he accused the president of defeating the ends of justice is that accused number one, Immanuela David, when he was applying for bail, he stated that he had been kidnapped on various occasions. He had been attacked. He also mentioned that even his minor child at one point was shot at, that his life was in danger, that this was not the first time he has been accused of being involved in the break-in and theft at the president's home. He mentioned in his sworn affidavit that there were three groups of people that attacked him. The first one, he said, there were people who accused him of having money. They were stating that they want the money from him because he had stolen money from the president. The second group, he said, these are people who acted as if they were police officers who also wanted money from him. But the third one was that indeed police officers went to him, they assaulted him, trying to find out from him if he was indeed involved in the Phala Phala theft. So we expect to get further details because this is the trial. Here he will be defending his life. He will be explaining further whether he's involved or not. At that point, he was just saying he's aware of these charges and he had been attacked because of them. So we expect to get further details. But Lisa, the other thing that we know is that this theft has been subject of many investigations. We've seen the public protector investigating whether the president was in the wrong in any the allegations that he tried to cover up that theft. And it was found by the public protector that the president was cleared of any wrongdoing. We also know the South African Reserve Bank also investigated to see if there were any contributions of foreign exchange, how you keep foreign exchange, and he was also cleared by that investigation. But then we also know that Parliament also formed an ad hoc panel that said the president may have something to answer to, and we know that is still pending to find out where that will go. So we expect these three accused to start presenting their case, but the state will start by presenting its case, calling those three witnesses. Some of the witnesses that we expect to be called include the investigating officer that I've already said he has testified parts of his testimony as the three were applying for bail. But there are people that we are told, as and when after the commission of the theft, were used to move these accused from Bela-Bela to as far as Gauteng. People were paid in dollars, like thousands of dollars, for just ferrying some of the accused from Bela-Bela to Gauteng. So we expect this evidence to be given in details, Lizelle, tomorrow when the trial starts.
All right, Pimani Baloyi, you painted a succinct picture. Thank you very much. Perhaps if we're just looking at how this is a public interest matter, whose presence are we likely to see in court as well?
Lizel, since this case started, there's been an interest from your political leaders. We've seen members of various political parties. At some point, Mr. Mashaba, who is the leader of Action SA, was even in court. But as the case proceeded, we saw a dwindling down of numbers of people in the public gallery. So tomorrow will be day one. That's when we'll see if political parties and other civil society organizations will be there in court. You know, the stakes are quite high. People have even called for the president to resign from his position as president due to this robbery and how it was handled. We've even seen the head of security at the presidency losing his job due to allegations that he was part of this cover-up. So we expect to see the court gallery packed to capacity, but it's been set for 3 weeks. We'll see if that will happen, because you do know court cases are not that cut in stone. It might be somebody might not feel well, or there could be other circumstances that could lead to a postponement. But tomorrow is day one, where we'll get the outline of how it will proceed the next 3 weeks.